Jeff wants to know, who are the biggest gamblers amongst the boys and crew? We've all heard about Gino. Is he the one, or is there somebody else?
Oh, man. Yeah. Gorilla, without a doubt, hands down would win that. Gorilla would bet on anything. Gorilla would bet on who's going to walk in the door next. He just had to have action. I always had to have action. And, as years went on, God, I'm sure there were plenty, but, guys always did their football pools and would bet on that kind of stuff. But I don't really remember anybody that would go and sit at the high roller tables or like Gorilla Monsoon did and bet, $10,000 a hand and things like that. I'm sure there are guys that do it, but I can't recall any. But I did have the opportunity to sit there many times with Monsoon and just because he wouldn't count. He just bet. And when he was tired of betting, he'd take his chips, leave the table.
Do you remember his
more, sometimes less?
Do you remember his biggest win or his biggest loss?
I remember a loss where he lost almost $40,000 in Atlantic City. The weekend that I asked my wife, I proposed to my wife, in Atlantic City. And he lost $40,000 that morning.
Wow. Ran
into Maureen, and I'm like, "Hey, where's Bob? Where's Gino?" And she says, "Oh, bad morning, Bruce. Bad morning." I was like, "Wow, whoa, what?" And then I saw him I don't know, an hour later, and it's like nothing happened. Then we went out to dinner that night, and he was in just great mood.
Rocky wants to know, which world-class wrestling star do you think would have had a bigger career in the WWF had their lives not been tragically cut short? Gino Hernandez or David Von Erich?
Gino Hernandez, easily. Gino Hernandez was the $1 Million Man.
Yeah, he really was.
Gino Hernandez would not have had to have been taught how to be the $1 Million Man. Gino was before that. That was Gino. That was his lifestyle. That was how he lived his life. Whether he had it or not.
Yeah.
That's how he lived his life.
Brian Leonard says, what are your top 3 entrance themes? Nothing current. So old school, give us 3 of your favorite themes.
Without doubt, Hulk probably is number one. It's when it comes crashing down and it hurts inside. Unlike what Silva said, I don't even remember what Silva sang it in Spanish or something.
It was really bad.
Warrior's entrance theme was amazing. Just the frenetic pace of that was just off the chart. And then Honky Tonk Man. Just the opening, guitar on Honky Tonk Man was like the crowd knew exactly who the hell it was.
Yeah, they did.
And they got up and they booed the shit out of it. And that's what you want in a great entrance scene. He was just a Honky Tonk Man. He was cool. He's cocky.
He's bad.
Yeah.
All right, we'll finish it up with a big one here. Now the move to the WWE headquarters is almost complete. What are some of your fondest memories of the old Titan Tower?
It's weird. I started in 1987 and our office was at 1055 Summer Street in Stamford, 3-story building. I came from this little building in downtown Houston, 1919 Carolina, on the corner of Pierce in downtown Houston. 1-story little building, had a little parking lot in back, sold tickets out of there, did the promotion, ran everything out of there. There was Paul's office, Pete's office, my office in front, and then behind the ticket counter and everything, the ticket office, and I had another little desk there. And then all the storage and all the stuff, files and everything in the back. When I went to Stamford the first time, 1055 Summer Street, I thought, wow, man, I'm basically in a high rise, 3 stories, right?
Right.
And I thought that was amazing. Wrestling hit the big time because we had this huge office building. Then in 87, we were building the TV studio where the merchandise warehouse was, and went over there and was part of it and watched that be built. So I went from 1055 to the TV studio. So I saw this huge warehouse be converted into this modern day television studio that was everything state of the art and incredible. Then we bought 1241. And 1241 was the office building that was Titan Towers and all that stuff. And watched it get built out and think, oh my God, now this is a 4-story building with like a parking garage and all this crazy stuff, man, on Long Island Sound. You got views. It's amazing. And I thought, you can't get bigger than this. And we had the building across the street. We had 2 buildings across the street from the television studio. And just then you've got the warehouse out in Norwalk and all these different things. Walking through the space in the new building where we are now, the first time I did it, I was like, what are we going to do with this?
Right.
Because it was so big. 1 floor there is equal to the entire 1241 building. But we're moving people from 1241. We're moving this TV studio. We're moving everyone that we have from all these different satellite offices into there. And I just looked at it and thought, wow, man, this is beyond. And I would take tours every 6 months or so, and COVID hit and that shut us down for a little bit. And then things picked back up, and I would take tours. And we were one of the first to move into temporary offices at the new building. And I got to tell you, man, it's just, I'm a little bit in awe, and you have to pinch yourself when you walk through, and there's a giant 3-story high Andre the Giant in the lobby. And you got to say hi, boss, and bye, boss, every night before you leave. And it's just incredible. I mean, it's amazing that the magnitude, bringing everything under one roof. You don't realize just how humongous that the company is.
Yeah.
And to see all of that and to know that all these people, man, do what I did in Houston, in one market. We do it worldwide and so much more, so it's really incredible. It's a show place. It's a magnificent space. And I never thought that the business would be at that level, and it is, and it's pretty cool.